I have over 100 hours in Stardew Valley, which basically makes me a certified expert in this game. Said no one ever. The last time I truly played this game was back in February of 2017, and I've been itching to get back on the farm, plant some crops, make some money, and maybe find a new love. But I don't want to go back to the beginning and do what I've done a million times over, which is create a new character, get settled in, and then stop before anything magical happens. So that's why I've decided I'm going to get all the achievements in this game. I have 18 out of 49. I have no idea how long it's going to take, but if you want to join me on this, I'd be more than welcome to have a friend along the way. So let's get settled in, maybe get a snack, grab a drink, and let's see what awaits us in the world of Stardew. Today marks our first day in Shiny Meadow Farms. My name is Nthogwin, and thank you for watching. The first task at hand is going to be doing all the basics, such as planting and harvesting the parsnip and introducing ourselves to people around town, since that's pretty much all we have access to at the moment. As you can see, our farm is in a pretty dilapidated state, and it has definitely seen better days. Also, a quick tip if you're new to Stardew is that the scythe uses no energy, so if you're trying to figure out the controls and you keep accidentally misclicking, just make sure you have that selected before you try going through like a door or maybe a chest until you get the basic understanding of the game down, the basic fundamentals. There's also an option in the settings menu, if you push escape within the game controller, that says always show tool hit location. When you're using a pickaxe or an axe or anything that is a tool itself that needs to have a specific square, it will show you the square that's highlighted, so it can really help you out. We're going to go head out to town. We're going to say hello to some of the locals, since we already got the parsnips planted. There isn't really much we can do at the farm besides maybe clear away some of the extra debris, which isn't really a priority because it's just going to waste some energy. I'd rather go spend some time and see if we can forage anything good from around town, and also now that the shop's open at Pierre's, we can go ahead and buy some more seeds to plant. So once we know how many seeds we can buy, we'll plant those in, water those, get those all good, and then we can consider what we want to do with the rest of our energy for the day. Now I do just want to preface this by saying I'm not really an expert at this game. I can go and look at guides, I can go look at tips and tricks and see how to make $1 million in a year, but that's not really what the goal of this series is. And I'm going to be transparent. The only thing that I have using so far is a little thread that tells me what's needed for the community center currently. If you have any tips and tricks though, feel free to leave them in the comments and I will read them. And it's not even going to be that hard because as a newer, smaller channel, any comment that you leave is going to be front row and center. So yeah, that's going to be awesome. We're going to get ready to place down our first chest of the series, and I think that's a perfect spot. I really don't know any other spot that I would put that chest in. I think I've done that for every single farm, that same spot. Here we go, we got some spring onions, I found some dandelions, and off camera I also got a horseradish, which will come in useful here in a little bit. I'm going to head on into the Star Drop Saloon and see if there's anyone else I can talk to. I always feel so bad every time I talk to Shane. That's why I typically don't talk to him. And also, I do want to preface, this entire series, we are definitely not going to be doing the Jojo Mart. I think for that achievement, I'm going to have to start a new farm, and yeah, we're just going to have to commit the sin that is submitting to the Jojo Mart. I'm sorry. It traumatizes me and pains me too. Oh, and here's some funny footage of me picking up the bowl again, thinking that you can turn it on, because I always do that every single time. We made $101 in the first day, which isn't too bad, and I also got a level up in foraging, which kind of quickly went by. And we're gonna go check the mail. Ooh, backpack upgrade and Willie. And speaking of Willie, here he is. Let's see what this old man has to say. Okay, that was a whole lot of nothing. Actually, no, I like talking to Willie. It's kind of nice, feels good, brings back a lot of memories. And ooh, what a nice catch. The very first fish that we caught is a sunfish, and according to my notes, we need that for a bundle. So, right on. And the next one's an anchovy, which we don't really need that so much. Got my first chest, got 10 bait. That's going to come in really helpful. Sorry, maybe not. I never spent too much time giving gifts to people, so it'd be nice to see if the children have any extra dialogue once you reach higher friendship levels, which obviously they're going to. It'd be a little too silly not to. And we just picked up a quest to get 2 smallmouth bass for Demetrius, so we'll be eventually getting that as well. And I know everyone's asking, but Abigail was my first love. She's the one that I have 2 kids with in my first farm, and it just, oh, good memories. But we're not going to do that for this series, and we'll just have to find out who we're going to end up marrying eventually as it continues. We got level 1 in fishing, and the end of day 2 netted us a profit of 385 gold pieces. Into day 3. It's a rainy day here on the farm, and Clint decides to come by and give us the recipe for the furnace. Mostly because we got the copper pieces when we were fishing from a chest, so yeah, that happened. Here we are, getting ready to turn in the quest for the smallmouth bass to Demetrius. That's a nice 100 gold into our wallet. Found some weird jelly stuff that gave you a lot of good things. I think it increased my max energy for a bit, but spent mostly busy day fishing. Got level 2. And all that fish that we sold netted us a nice profit of 1,152 gold pieces. I think that's pretty nifty. We're starting to get kind of loaded. Let's see what the letter is. Me sells hats. Okay, Pokey. Alright, well, guess we'll figure out what that means. Demetrius wants us to get a wild horseradish. I think I got one of those earlier on. Maybe on day 2. So that's going to be pretty nice. We're going to head back over to Pierre's with all this new money that we got, and I'm going to buy a couple seeds at the community center. And then I think I might have made a not-so-smart purchase of all these potatoes. They take a long time to grow. I don't really have any access to sprinklers just yet, so yeah, I think I'm going to be counting on some nice rain days to help fill us up. And here I am showing off this nifty leek I found. It's a silver star. And here I'm eating that nifty leek because I'm kind of hungry right now. So yeah, something to just think about. You give me a nice star leek and I'm going to eat it, just to rub it in your face, so maybe you should fear me. We're going to give Demetrius his wild horseradish because that's what he wanted. He seemed pretty happy with it, and give ourselves a nice nifty 150 gold pieces. Here's our weird farm layout. Don't ask me why I did this, I just did. Hopefully it doesn't anger y'all too much. I just decided I'm going to do something a little bit different. I also find Evelyn to be such a sweetheart. Although I do want to say I don't know much about the lives of those here at Stardew, so for all I know she could have murdered her first husband and it's all a farce, so yeah, hopefully that's not the case, but if it is, we'll just keep her at arm's length away. Got ourselves another sunfish, not that it matters now, but as you can see, I got a new level up, so that's pretty cool. We're gonna go just walk into someone's house. I kind of wanted to go say hi to Haley. There's a couple more people I gotta go say hi to, so I just figured, why not greet her instead of her own kitchen? That's totally not weird. I do that with my neighbors all the time. I'll go in there and say hi. She's also a little bit rude, which, that's typical Haley, we all know that. Here I'm going through some trash cans just because I remembered I could do that, and I figured, why not? Although I did want to make sure that no one was around when I did it because I think it disgusts them. I know it might make me feel a little disgusted too. And that's going to be the end of this day. We got fishing level 3. And we netted ourselves 30 gold pieces. That's not so nifty. At our door, we have Marnie. She says there's a cat for us. So we're going to adopt the little guy. It's a cute little thing. And we're going to change the name from Dudley to Sparky. Sparky was my childhood's cat name, so I like that. Although if my wife sees this, she might say, why didn't you name it Oreo? That's the name of our black and white one. But as you can see, the cat's orange, so Oreo doesn't make no sense. And here we go. There's a letter in the mail saying we can upgrade our house, make it a little bit more better, more nifty. And we're going to have a couple more letters. One that says the deluxe fishing pole is on sale, so I might have to go buy that soon. And we got one from Jojo Mart, which, like I said earlier, we are not going to be doing in this playthrough, unless, of course, there's some masochists in the comment that says that they want us to. And from there, we got our first harvest of parsnips, which is going to complete that one quest. I'm going to sell quite a few of these. We'll keep a couple just in the backlog. And I'm kind of curious about this calendar. I want to see who's coming up soon. So, like I said, I'm only going to do the community center. That's what I have the guide for. But I'm also going to look at what they like best. And there's also these tickets right here. I wasn't quite sure what that is. We got a couple more journal entries that says to maybe look at getting some barns made for animals. And since we got, like I said, that first crop harvest, or is that achievement? And Harvey wants a daffodil. So I actually found one after I accepted the quest. So I was thinking about maybe just swinging by there and doing it, but it was a little too early. And now Lewis is showing us around the community center. I have some really fond memories of struggling to complete this thing, and I'm not actually sure if I ever fully completed it or not. I know I've gotten most of it done, so that's kind of why I thought it was kind of exciting to maybe potentially look at going back. So we'll see how that goes. And the rat problem, gotta go investigate. I find it funny looking back at this now. When I was a kid, I thought it was kind of, oh yeah, sure, that makes sense. Get the rats out of here, maybe try fixing that rat problem. But now I look at it as an adult, and it's like, oh my gosh, like, bro, if you get rid of the rats, he's gonna come back. Like, nah, it definitely needs some work. It's kind of awesome looking in hindsight, like seeing your perspective on things as you're older. And it's a prize ticket, which I had never seen one of these before. This is all completely new to me. So I was kind of excited to see that. That's why when I saw it on the quest board, I was like, oh, what is this? And the little identifier says, oh, you can go to Mayor Lewis's house and it will have a machine for it. So that's what I'm looking at right now. He's getting ready to explain it to me, get some rewards. I didn't know there was a lost and found in his house, and I also didn't know that there was a marriage book and divorce. So I thought that was kind of really neat. These things I'd never seen. I'd been in this house many times, but I don't know what update this was put into, but last time I played this definitely was not a thing. Anyway, we're going to look at putting this ticket in there and see what we got. I thought I could select one out of the three, and I was like, oh, okay. But nope, it just kind of goes in a little cycle, which I thoroughly enjoy this because it gives you more incentive to potentially go and look at doing more of those quest boards. Carrot seeds. I also stocked up here's and bought a couple of random seeds. Some of those kale seeds, some tulips, got an extra parsnip, which I accidentally gifted one to Mayor Lewis by accident. Don't want to do that. And some jazz seeds. So I figured I might as well plant a couple of them. Those are seeds that you don't usually plant, and it doesn't hurt anything to put a couple of those in your field and just say, hey, I did that. Speak to Alex, he's new. And I figured, while I'm in here, I might as well go ahead and go speak to Grandpa. That was my original goal, was to go speak to him, George. So he's pretty grumpy as well. I'm kind of curious to see how he changes as we increase in friendship levels. Here's Sebastian. He was stuck inside the house with Maru and I believe Robin. And I just finally was able to get him to come out, and met Leah as well, which is kind of lucky. They all kind of came at the same time today. So I was keeping my eye out for them, and yeah, just got that. Got Vincent as well, and was looking around Pierre's shop and saw a letter on the counter that said, oh, Joji Mart's planning on coming, and he might ruin your business, so we'll hire you as the manager for 5 gold an hour. And it feels bad, man. It feels bad. There's also the altar of Yoba, which I don't know if there's anything you can do there or not. That's truly just speaking to my ignorance on the subject. And we got the last one for the journal entry of meeting everyone in town. This is Caroline. She was also inside the Pierre's shop because she's Pierre's wife. So I had a hard time trying to look for her. And here we go. And the next journal entry is to give someone a gift, which sadly I gave Mayor Lewis the gift before of the parsnip seeds. Wasn't very favorable. I think he was kind of mixed about it, like, oh, sure, why not, I guess. So yeah, take it as you may. I'm gonna finish the night by doing some fishing and also clean up the farm a little bit. I thought it was a pretty eventful day. We got quite a few things done. It's not major progress, but as for the quests and such, that was quite nice. Just gonna put a couple torches around here, and we're gonna conclude this episode here. So if you like this video, please leave a like, consider commenting and subscribing if you want to see more. I'm thinking if we get 10 likes on this video, maybe I'll continue. And if there's any comments that you want me to change things up or whatever, just let me know. You can tell me. This is my first kind of style of doing it. I am really enjoying just going back through here, and I imagine the videos will begin to speed up here soon once we kind of unlock new things. But as the first video, I kind of want to keep it just bare bones, you know? So yeah, thank you for making it this far in the video. Maybe comment Sparky. Let me know that you're here. And yeah, we made a nifty profit of 1,125 gold pieces, and I guess I'll see you in the next one. And Thogwin out.